Oh, that's not what I need. Get that set. Let's see what we got here. Boom and boom. Okay, and let's add this. Come on now. And save. And there we go. Okay, okay. That looks good. All of that. Good morning, good morning. Let's go ahead and start off looking at the scans. So today came out here and I see EDBL up 68%. It's one of those that is above 5. It's got a little bit of catalyst. We'll go and look at the catalyst soon. The next one is ARQT up 16%. And then everything else is kind of not over 10%. So we'll focus on these two right now. And also in the top things below $5, we have SINT up 192%. A whole lot of volume in the lower price stocks today. The next one is FFIE up 89%. GWAV, that thing's only 5 cents, but it's up 28%, and 25 and 22%. So we'll focus on some of these that are closer to 100% under the 5, but we'll look at all the catalysts though. Okay, so let's throw some of these on our current watch so we can look at them. ARQT is the next one. SINT, FFIE. You know what? Let's just go ahead and throw the rest of these low price ones up here as well. Why not, right? SLNA and then CRUNK or CRKN. All right, so let's flip out to NASDAQ.com. So the ones that we have on our list are SINT, FFIE, EDBL, GWAV, SLNA, CRKN, and ARQT. All right, so let's flip over. Good morning, everybody that is joining in as well. Let's start with SINT. And if they don't have really obvious catalysts, I'm just going to go ahead and flip over to the next one. SINT, though, up 182%. 182%. Good morning, Donnell. All right, so last news was on April 29th. We are at May 15th as of now. Wednesday, hump day, May 15th. And this was an agreement for supply and 3D printing agreement. Okay, so that's a little bit of news from a while back. I don't know why it's up 177%. Got over 192 million shares traded on it, and I do not understand the reasoning behind that. Let's go ahead and jump to the next one. I don't like that one. Let's jump to the FFIE here. There's got to be some reason, right? Reason. All right, Faraday Future press releases. Last news on this one was May 7th. Faraday Future issues statement on recent social media post. Faraday announces NASDAQ delisting determination and intention to appeal. Okay, so that's not great on FFIE. Take that one off. It's up 85%, but again, why? Next one is up 70%, EDBL. And that one is above $5, so it should have some type of clear catalyst. See, so we got Edible Garden reports significant 27.6 year-over-year revenue growth for the first quarter 2024, and that was 2 hours ago. Its last news was on May 8th, which is still in this month and very close, and then it has some more news in May as well. Development announces a product development agreement with Herman Pickle Company, and then this one was the scheduling of the first quarter financial results, which happened right here. All right, so let's go ahead and click into the most recent news here on Edible Garden. 195.8% gross profit increase in Q1 2024, with gross margin increased by 171 basis points. 95% of Edible Garden Fresh product line being produced at company-owned facilities. Strategic pivot away from third-party growers marks a turnaround, higher expected profits. So these are the kind of things that make it clear and kind of stand out. Now, let's say the Edible Garden doesn't do well today and it just goes down. Well, we know that it's getting fed some pretty good news back here. And there's got to be probably another reason if it's going down. Maybe somebody's collecting shares or something like that for a higher move. Let's continue reading though. Vertical integration expected to pay off. Company plans to boost margins in coming quarters. Conference call to be held today at 8 a.m. So I guess it's being held now. So let's go ahead and look down in here. They got some things that pretty much on the headline were said. Let's see. Any other things that were not really highlighted in the headline? Not really. Okay, so if you guys want to read this stuff, it's at NASDAQ. You can go to press releases. We pretty much got the headline, the things that the company has put out of what its company is doing. But I guess there is some numbers in here that we may need to take into consideration. So let's just read one of these quotes. We continue to utilize our platform to enhance and expand our product range. In the first quarter, we partnered with Uncle Gips, whatever that is, marketplace, part of RB or Our Best Produce to distribute edible garden herbs across their locations in New York and New Jersey, thus broadening our footprint in the northeastern U.S. Perhaps more significantly, we secured a 3-year contract unprecedented in our history with leading U.S. food retailer. This contract, which we anticipate will generate approximately 18 to 20 million in revenue over its initial term, will facilitate the expansion of our product offerings in their stores. Beyond simply expanding our product assortment, this partnership will introduce innovative and engaging displays that aim to increase our brand's visibility. Okay, so they got some pretty good stuff. We'll have to see the price action on the day, but looking like a whole lot of good stuff. Let's see financial results for the 3 months ended March 31st. For the quarter ended March 31st, 2024, revenue totaled 3.1 million, and an increase of 27.6% compared to 2.5 million for 3 months ended March 31st, 2023. The increase is attributable to an increase in customer demand for our cut herbs or herbs and potted herbs products and the expansion of our product lineup. Okay, so they are making money over there at Edible Gardens. But yeah, this whole thing, I'll drop a link in the chat for you guys if you want to look over it more. Let's go ahead and go to the next, or actually let's check the float on Edible Garden first, because it's been the best catalyst we've seen on the day. EDBL. Edible Garden. Let's go to statistics. The float is under a million, so 288,000. So really low float on Edible Gardens. If we look at the insiders and the institutions holding, not heavy holding by either one. Almost, 10% is greater than 4%, but relative, that's, I won't say it's even, but it's a little bit more institutions in there. But still, it's got a lot of good news coming behind it with that super ridiculously low float. The next one, let's jump over to SLNA, which is going back to the cheaper ones. I'm not expecting it to have a clear catalyst because it's so cheap. It's 7 cents. So I don't even know how long I'm gonna look at this one. Let's see. Press releases. Okay, so it had a release 6 days ago. Selena provides preliminary financial and operational information for Q1 2024 and full year 2023, showing significant progress in core business. All right. So, and then the other news that it had was welcomes top tier operations and commercial leaders to his team. Okay, that doesn't matter. All right, so Selena successfully negotiated the termination of 17 leased properties since 2023. These properties contributed approximately 70% of the company's unit level operating losses. Okay, for the fiscal year, gross operating profit margin expected 29.4 to 31.4 for the first quarter 2024, representing 24% growth as compared to Q1 2023%. So they got rid of some of the properties that are killing them, basically. They had to dump some properties. But still, their company is 7 cents. I'm not impressed by that. Not impressed by this news. So I'm gonna go ahead and punch them on out. GWAV, Green Wave Technology Solutions. GWAV. Okay, so 5 days ago they got a technology shores. Wait, whoa. Greenway Technology shores up balance sheet with debt for equity swap. Expects to process record volumes of steel and copper with 2024 revenues exceeding 40 million. Now this stock is 6 cents right now, so it needs some milk, a lot of milk. 6 days ago, pretty much put out the same news that it was going to be producing so much steel, but they really need customers that are going to be buying whatever this steel is that they're producing. Um, and they have these recycling facilities in Virginia, North Carolina, and Ohio. So I guess they'll find customers. You know, people need those things, but I just don't know at this point where this thing could go. But it says 6 cents. And you know, some of these plays like this are those that, you know, make people a lot of money, but it's like how quickly do you want the money? Do you want to sit it in there and just hold and wait? Because this catalyst is better than the last one we just saw. At least they're producing something. They have a guesstimation of what they'll produce, like as far as revenues in the year, but a guesstimation still isn't concrete. So I don't know. Do with that one what you will. GWAV. The next one is CRKN. This is Cron Electrokinetics. Press releases. Crown Electrokinetics to host first 2024 conference call on May 15th. Cron Electrokinetics announces new fiber construction customer and project in Idaho. Announces news, so it's pretty much a repeat of that news on May 1st and May 2nd. And yeah, and then they got a conference call. The conference call is today at 12 p.m. So I don't know what that one's gonna do, but it is at 5 cents. So again. And I usually look through the catalyst first. I don't even look at the charts. I look at the catalyst and see, you know, is the chart even worth transitioning over to? And so far, nah. Except for EDBL. We kept that one on watch. So the only two that made it through the watch, through the screening process, was EDBL and ARQT. So we'll see what ARQT is about here. ARQT, Arcutis Biotherapeutics. Arcutis announces first quarter 2024 financial results and provides business update. 2 days ago, well, this was 17 hours ago. 2 days ago, expert panel review further validates use of I don't even know how to say that. Roflumilast, topical foam for treatment of dermatitis or sore seborrheic. I don't even know, bro. Dermatitis across diverse hair types, published in the Journal of Clinical and Aesthetic Dermatology. So they're trying to save some hair out here. Cool. They're $9.24, and they're looking like they're going to be a higher float. Let's see. Out on here, it says the shares outstanding is 115 million, so I'm expecting a little higher float here. So let's see. ARQT. And go to statistics, go down to float. We have 74.1 million. I mean, it is a higher float than what we usually, those that are going to get super volatile are under 30 million. So 74 is a little bit high. Some people even do 20 million. They're like, I want to float under 20 million. And those get really, really big moves. But we'll keep that one on watch to see what it does. And also, let's jump back over here to the scans and see if anything else new has popped up. So we got our two that we're current watch, and we went through these lower ones, which are all like trash, and we'll let people fumble around with those if they want to. But let's see. So bottom of the list today, of course, D-Low falling 31%. Cost, which was one that was trading yesterday, and I was like, I don't even know if this thing's gonna hold $5 because all of their earnings were bad. I was like, I don't know why this thing is up, but I don't even know if it's gonna hold five. So right now it's back towards five. It was up to like $7 something or whatnot. And then GameStop continuing to fall as well. AMC continuing to fall. Let's see what else. Any other interesting ones? Those are the biggest fallers. So these five right here: AMC, GameStop, CTNT, Cost, and D-Low. And then let's scroll up. And I guess we can go over my swing trade that I'm currently in, which is BOD. I got in last week, and on this one, and I guess we could pop over to the chart so y'all can see it. Got in last week for a swing. Whoops. Got in last week for a swing trade on BOD here. And it's just, trading up, looking for higher, and it's looking good. Now, my entry position was 848, so it's at 966 right now. I actually entered last week back here. So I saw this thing bounce around 8. Well, actually, I have this one popped on my dividend scanner. So I was looking and it popped up. It was getting some unusual volume, and it had fundamentals like how quickly they can pay their debt, their inventory ratio or their inventory rotation, their operation margin. All of this stuff came up on my scan, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And so I saw it come down, and if we look at the higher time frame, you can see it better. So this is the monthly chart. Now, when I enter these, I only look at the monthly chart. I don't, on my other dividend setup that I have, I don't even have weekly, daily, none of this. I just have the monthly. And that's how I enter my trades from the monthly chart. So it came down. It broke a previous strong level of pressure here up at 12. It came down here back in 2002. Came back up. Tried to retest this level, couldn't get it, and then finally got a little crack down here, a small bounce, and then a crash through this level of the $12. And I saw it break that big level, and it came down here, and you can see the candle sizes from month to month get smaller in this area. I was like, smaller candles, tight consolidation. It's got earnings coming up. I'm wondering what the play is going to be here. And so I entered last week at 848. So it was like on this candle right here, 848. Right. Or actually, was that last week? So that was still on this candle. Yeah. So it held this 841 flat bottom here. It had tested here multiple times, and I got in 848 there. So yeah, that's a swing trade that I'm currently in. It did do some movement from 848, and it closed yesterday at 919, and today it's up a little bit more, so great. But I did take, so this is my day trading account. This is the one that I do day trading and whatever, but I have another account, which is my high yield dividend account, and that's the one that I have my VOD in. So right now I'm currently up $232, and currently P&L today is up $92 more. I took 200 shares at 848, 31.66, and just letting it ride. And the way that I played this, I said, look, if it's gonna go, great. If it's not, oh well. I literally put my stop right at 848. So it's still, I think it's still down there. Let's see, where is that stop? Okay, it's a little bit above. So I was like, if it does crash, I'll take a little bit of profit. But as of now, it's just going up. So whatever. We're good to go on VOD. We're good to go on VOD. Anyway, back over to the day trading account. Let's jump back over here. And so one of the things that I've realized is during the times that I don't see anything to day trade, I just go find something to swing trade. I've got these scanners built and everything. I'm like, man, because at first, when I first built my scanners, everything was for day trading. So everything I saw was to take day trades. And I was looking, I was like, man, maybe this is the one. Maybe this is the one. But now I'm just like, oh, there's nothing to day trade. Flip over to swing trading. Let's get it. EDBL making its way up here as well. And let's jump back over here. EDBL is probably going to be our watch out of the open. It's the best catalyst on today. We do have CPI news coming out today as well. I don't know. Did I pull that up? CPI, FOMC. Did I pull that stuff up? FOMC. Maybe I didn't. The Feds. Okay, so news and events. Okay. FOMC, that's not the one we want. Wednesday, testimony, vice chair for supervision, for supervision, Michael S. Barr. Commercial paper, discussion, governor, blah, blah, blah. And then selected interest rates are going to be announced today at 4:15 p.m. Now, I don't know if that's Eastern Standard or whatever, but it is coming up today. Those interest rates being released. So we will see what happens there. Let's go to calendar, maybe. First, second. Maybe there's some more information than what was shown there. Not really. Governor Mitchell W. Bowman, Innovation and the Evolving Financial Landscape at the DC Blockchain Summit. So that's going to be something. Blockchain, we already know there's crypto. So they're trying to talk about it and get their little feet dug in for the next financial horizon that's on the well, I guess I said the wrong word. The horizon that's on the horizon, I guess you could say. All right. But yeah. Interesting. Got some financial news coming out today. So be careful. Be quick if you're gonna be there. Unless something follows your setup. Also, let's look at the SPY real quick. SPY went all the way up to 527s. 527s. And the other day we talked about the SPY and how it was still looking bullish, especially after this buying pin in consolidation. This thing jumped from 499, and so I say this consolidation because this candle was still playing within the previous engulfing candle on the week. And we were like, okay, well, is this thing going to be bearish or bullish? And it actually got bought all the way above this 508. And I would still call this consolidation because it wasn't a clean break. The candle hadn't closed on the week. After it closed, then we got the gap up from 510 up to 513. And that was like, okay, that's when shorts are like, okay, please do not break this 515. It broke 515. And now we're going towards highs again on the SPY of 524.61. Very, very bullish look there on that move. Let's look at the daily chart. Same thing on the daily chart, just a smaller, just kind of drilling into the chart and showing us a little storyline there. Interesting though. Okay. Anyway, we got about 5 minutes to the bell. Watching EDBL out of the open. And anything else popping up here? Not really. Not really. If you guys see anything else that I did not go over, please let me know. Drop it in the chat and we will review it. We shall review it. So let's see. We got a bottom of the value level right here at 662. We have a previous level that it exploded from, which was the 550s. So where could this thing go? And we'll see the new ATR as well come into play here on the open. ATR right now is $1.04. So it'll be what, up to the 870s or so. $1.04 maybe. We'll have to see. Well, the ATR on this 15-minute will be different, but the ATR on the daily is what we want to look for. And the ATR on the daily is $1.04. So let's see what happens. Where's this thing going to go? And I'll mark the daily as soon as it gets going. Let's look at the larger time frames here as well. The monthly, this thing has been getting beat to sleep. Closed yesterday at 427 and is opening all the way at the 774s up here. So interesting. Let's see those ATRs come and populate so we can get them marked up on the daily. Very, very interesting is what I'm saying. And it's still pushing up. All right, come on. Minute and 30 something to go. We have a all-time top, or not all-time top, but a pre-market top of 870-ish, which is probably looks like it's gonna be the daily ATR. We'll see. We'll see if it lands within that level, 870-ish, and then a bottom all the way down here at 446. So I'm sure the ATR will be like, depending on the open, it'll be around like 625-ish maybe, but we'll see. Maybe higher if it continues to push. All right, less than a minute until the open. Pushing right down, kind of holding around that $8 level here. And just jumping back up. 30 seconds left. Party is about to start on EDBL. It has its best catalyst on today, so that's when we're going to be watching out of the open. Here it comes. All right, so let's see where these ATRs are placed. And I'll go ahead and get the dailies marked out here. So daily high ATR is at 917. Okay, mark that out and change the name. ATR high on the daily is 917. And we'll make that green. Bam. All right, so there is a daily ATR high. Daily ATR low is at 666, and I don't know if it's gonna be able to get down there. Let's see. I'll mark it up though. 670s. Edit. ATR low. Daily. And we'll make this one red. Okay, so we got our high, we got our low. Wait, did this one not change colors? Oh, let me change that color. Oh, I didn't save that? Oh man, come on. ATR high daily at 9:20. We'll make that one green again. Thought I saved it. Okay, there we go. Okay, so still needs to make a decision on the 15 minute whether it's going to go for 15 ATR low, 15 ATR high, but it looks like it wants to go towards the highs. We'll see though. It's going to have to start testing up here if it wants to break that daily up here of 919. And there it is, testing that ATR high on the 15 minute, and all it needs to do is hold this level. Hold this 866. Looks like it's going into halts there, heading towards the ATR daily high. Interesting. Very, very interesting. And so there is a little bit of recalculation in the first 15 minutes because there's so much volume and range on these. And sometimes the ATRs, even the daily ATRs, change because of how big the moves are. So you can see up here on my daily ATR, it was $1.30, and now it has recalculated to 923, around 925-ish level, and then on the lows, 663. So sometimes I make those adjustments during the first 15 minutes, and this is why I wait the first 30 minutes to get an accurate judgment of where the ATR high is. So this will be 9. I'll just go ahead and put 925 because it looks like it's going to get that anyway. And then on the lows, 660s. 660. And we'll see how it wants to play there. But we got a pretty accurate summation right now. And we'll see how this thing opens in the first 15 minutes. Can it hold up the 15-minute ATR to make it pass? Now, it's already past the... it's already looks like it's gotten past the 1 hour ATR, and it's gotten past the 4 hour. So it's looking very, very strong up here. Of course, we can see that it does like to give back a little bit, but as far as now, we just trust the ATR until we can't. Once it starts breaking it down, then we're like, hey, maybe we were wrong. But as long as it's above, I'm like, yo, this is bullish. But EDBL giving a show out here on the morning. Good morning, Lori Lee. We're watching the top mover on the day above $5. We jump over here to the scans real quick. We can see there was some things under 5, but we researched the catalysts down here, and all of them were absolute sludge. And they're just, wasn't worth it. So we got our eyes on the prize, the best catalyst on the day, and that gives us a reason to move higher. You know what I mean? All right, so here do we go. When is this thing gonna open actually? EDBL halted at trade halts. Halted at 932.11. GameStop and AMC are currently halted as well. I do not see them up here on the list though. Yeah, I do. They're right here on the bottom. So right here on the bottom, they were dropping down 14%. Where is AMC? Did come up a little bit, but still overall red on the day. Okay, so EDBL 932. If it is a 5-minute halt, should be 937.11 opening up. Right now it's 935, so we got about 2 minutes. I guess we can jump over to GameStop real quick and see what it's doing. Hit this bottom twice down here at the 40 level, but has not ruptured that ATR high. If it ruptures that ATR low, though, I'm thinking it's bearish for sure. AMC, let's see if it's pulling the same move. Yep. Same move, hit this low down here, but it has not gotten back over the ATR high to look any kind of bullish. Now, it does have a big gap here from where the ATR low was from this day and the value level of yesterday in comparison to today. So we'll see. But they paused trading and they halted trading. They did all kinds of stuff yesterday, and I was just like, yeah, that just looks like death to me. All right, 36. So we're waiting on 37.11 on EDBL, heading up here above the ATR high, and we'll see if we have to recalculate the ATR high again based on this first 15-minute candle. How wild is it gonna get? It's got a daily ATR of that 9 whatever up there, 925s. And we'll see if it finds any type of resistance or if it wants to continue to just go parabolic. 36. Okay. All right, coming into 37.11. Here we go. About to open up in 10 seconds. Should be opening. All right, here we go. Let's see the reaction of this level up here. There it is, the push up, 925 right there to it. And wow, that is why we respect ATR daily highs right there. Look at that, smack right down. Now, does that mean that it is over? No, what that does mean is this thing is respecting ATRs, which duh, who doesn't? All right, so went up there, 925, immediate splash down. And it's literally, look, where I put it, that's the ATR high. So what we're looking for is an estimation of where the true ATR high is on the daily. And from there, we can see where possible strong resistance will be, because ATR is the easiest calculation you can do out of all of you. There is nothing easier than the ATR, and it's understandable. All right, so hit that 925, got a nice bounce down off of that level. ATR or not ATR, but ARQT not looking the hottest. I'm gonna go ahead and take that one off. Looking like it's gonna get under 20 cents. Looking for VOD to continue up though. Taking a little dip here, but still playing within, as long as it holds in this 960 level, I'm good. My entry's all the way down here. So I'm not in any way, shape, or form in danger. So I'm good on that one. Let's see where my profits are though. Profits are still 218 on this move. So I was looking for it to go to 10. I thought it could get to 10 from 850, but maybe it'll need to consolidate up here a little bit before it can continue higher. But I'm not worried. I'm gonna let it play. It's so far. I need to move my stop up maybe, but I want to see some true consolidation out of this trend up before I place another stop loss. All right, let's jump back over to day trade and let's jump back over to EDBL and see when it's going to be opening back up. That was the first test of the ATR daily high. Now, with that being said, that could be a short trap. With that big move down, those shorts are like, oh my goodness, we're winning. So it hasn't chosen the ATR low yet. So if it starts to choose that ATR low, then we know, okay, this thing wants to go down. But as long as it's in between these, I'm thinking it's just consolidation on the day. Let me look at what time it's going to be unhalting though. EDBL halted at 9:37:31, so that will be 9:42:31. And jumping back over here to the scans, I see SINT going on up. It's up 200 something percent, but that catalyst is just sad on it. It is very sad. Looking at the relative volumes as well. So looking at these relative volumes, EDBL is 17 times its normal day of trading. Relative standard deviations isn't as big as what we usually see. A lot of times we see 7 standard deviations out. So it's not exactly super abnormal yet, especially with 10 million shares traded. But it has the best catalyst to be super abnormal or super bullish. Now, that could mean that this needs to go on a continuation scan to kind of watch it over the next couple of days, maybe today, tomorrow, into next week. Just watch it and take opportunities on it because it's the catalyst that's playing right now. So we'll see. Other than that, zooming on down here, anything else coming up aggressively? Not really. Nothing else really even over 10 million shares except these little cue balls in here. Let's go ahead and get ready for the open on EDBL. This $8 level that is zoomed back to, so it's zoomed from 8.25 all the way back down to the $8. And let's see a open here. Actually, it was supposed to be on the 42.37, 42.31. Okay, so in a minute, EDBL will be popping open and we'll see what happens. I don't know how I was trading without the ATR at first. I don't know. I don't understand it. Because without the ATR, I was buying these highs, looking for these breaks. I just didn't know. I was a blind trader. I was like a blind samurai, fighting hands tied against gunmen, trying to evade and block bullets. It's like, nah, bro. It's a lot easier out here with this ATR, this average true range. It's easier, but you still need the other variables in there as well. Knowing the abnormality of the stock, the cancerousness of the stock. And plus this one had a super low float. So we're about to get it open here though. On the 30. Is it open? Is this a 10-minute halt? Okay, looking like a 10-minute halt on this one. Unless I calculated wrong. 5 minutes to see. EDBL. That'll be 42. Yeah. 42.31. It should have opened. So this is a 10-minute halt on EDBL. Okay. ARQT still not looking the hottest. Just in consolidation. NU making its way up. Don't really know if it has any catalyst. It might have some catalyst. I don't know. It's a little bit strong. Looking over here on the larger time frame here, breaking over this previous 11.17. It's only been trading since 2022, so maybe 3 years, but getting back up here to the highs here on NU. $12.24. It does look like it is a higher float, and it's a way larger market cap as well. So interesting. I might actually just put that on here so I can look at the news on that. Dell is also up. No, I don't know how Dell's dividends is looking. My VOD is kind of just sitting still right now, which is great. Mara, don't worry about that. Sound, not worried about that. Nvidia, only up 1%. Okay. So I guess we can look into new while we're waiting on EDBL to open up. NU. Okay, so new 17 hours ago reports first quarter 2024 financial results. New bank surpasses 100 million customers. So they're making some milestones here. New bank. Where is this based out of? NU. NU Holdings. Let's go over to their profile. Okay. This one is the company was founded in 2013 and is headquartered in Sao Paulo, Brazil. So a Brazilian company out here with 100 million users. I wonder if they look like they can do a dividend, but they are just not doing it right now. They're raising the prices. They're getting it on up and out of there. So, but that looks interesting though on that banking company. And then Dell. Dell was the other one. Let's look at their news. New Dell PowerEdge servers support workloads for the data center to the edge. I just installed some of these. I gotta go look into that. I'll keep that on. Dell Technologies introduces multi-cloud data protection and AI advances to counter increasing cyber attacks. Okay, I see y'all. I'm gonna have to look at that, not for trading purposes, but client purposes. All right, so new. I'll take that one off. I may add it to my dividend. No, it's not paying a dividend though. And then I wanted to check on Dell's dividend. What kind of dividend is Dell doing as well? So dividend history. About $1. They started their dividend in 2021. Looks like it is. Is this a quarterly? Let's see, looks like a quarterly, 33 cents per share, and they have been raising the dividend all the way to 2024. They are 140 bucks per share, so we'll see. But they do $1.78. Interesting. All right, so let's jump back over to EDBL and also look at the time that they were supposed to be unhalting. If it was a 10-minute halt, where's my halts? EDBL halted at 37.31, so 47.31. It should be opening up here on the 47.31. Should be opening up right now. Let's see. There's down to the ATR daily low. Yay. Halting at that ATR daily low there. That was unexpected. But now that it is adopting the ATR lows, I'm thinking in my head, bearish. Bearish. So what is the best case scenario? It comes back and tests maybe $7. That's a 50-cent pop-up, maybe $7. Other than that, worst case scenario, just fades on back down to $5. So Dale, man, out there doing his work, doing that work. Let's see, GameStop. Wow, continue to dive, adopting the ATR low on the 15 minutes. So that's probably going to mean there's going to be trying to test the ATR low on the hour and the 4 hour in the daily. Costs, same thing. CTNT isn't following suit. AMC is following suit. Wow. A lot of drop off on that. But yeah, EDBL was very surprising with all of that good news. It came down, but this is why we wait those first 30 minutes to see what the market really wants to show us. Because you could have gambled, bought the high, and bam, now you're down what, from 869 all the way down to 6, and you can see it halted right on the ATR, like right on it. Which is crazy, isn't it? Crazy how that just works like that. Also, looking at the bigger time frame though, we can see, like I was saying at first, this thing does give back. So we want to be careful on those first couple of candles. And right now it's almost giving back half. So this weekly move, or actually let me zoom into the monthly. Wow, all the way back down. So this was the daily ATR low that it came back into, all the way back within the body of this previous candle under 684s, which is crazy, right? Shouldn't even have come down here. But yeah, that's what the monthly is looking for. Lost everything there. So we'll see. Lori called out AWIN. Wow. AWIN with a nice muscular candle to the upside. Okay, let's look at this one. Why are you so strong, bro? Why are you so strong? Okay, last news was on April 23rd. Erwin's Technology. Oh, they did a 1-for-100 reverse stock split March 28th. So we know a lot of people do trade these reverse stock split stocks like this. And they can get very volatile, especially when there's nothing else good. They can get super volatile. What's the it's up 138%. Why hasn't it popped in yet? That should definitely be on my what's the volume on this? That should definitely be on my skin. Absolutely, it should have popped in by now. Maybe it's but again, TOS is a free thing, so they update the scans every 15 minutes. So it's gonna pop on mine as well. It's just not there yet. It's just not there yet. But it's definitely above 5 and heading on upwards. It is above the ATR. Actually, let's look at the higher time frames here. So on the monthly, oh my goodness. No way. That's because of the reverse stock split. That's why. No way this thing was at 725 bucks. And it's been getting beat down for quite a while. Looking here on the weekly, we can see it does have a breakout point that it is attempting to break out of the 650s, like this little 650-ish level. On the daily chart, ATR high was at 444. And I'm thinking as long as this thing can hold 444, I'm thinking bullish. Until it breaks that down, I'm like, this thing is bullish until it cracks. So I trust it until I can't anymore. On the hour chart, very bullish look as well. Very, very crazy looking stock there. $133. Snow. I'm just so surprised I'm not seeing it up here yet. Because we've been talking about it for quite a while. But yeah, maybe one to actually, what does the company do? Let's go and see what this company does. AWIN, Airwinds Technologies. Okay, Airwinds Technologies Inc. develops and manufactures air mobility platform in Japan. It also provides centralized operating system for managing open sky, hover bikes, and drones. Shared shared computing service, and blockchain verification and AI algorithm generation services. Okay, they literally tried to hit. I'm surprised they didn't have cancer in here. Man, they got blockchain, they got AI, they got hover bikes, they got drones. I mean, how do you fit all of this in such a short description? That's efficiency right there. 4 lines containing what? Let's see. Air mobility, um, managing open sky. I don't know if that's a real thing, but hover bikes may be a keyword. Drones may be a keyword. AI is definitely a keyword. Blockchain is definitely a keyword. So that's insane how efficient that paragraph is right there. They're like, oh, you need us to write something? Cool. We got you. All right, EDBL opened up and is launching downward below the ATR low. So at this point, I'm thinking bearish. The best possibility is that it comes and checks in with the 7. The worst possibility is that it just continues to fade down. But getting a hard test on that ATR low. Very bearish sentiment looking right there. And let's flip over to AWIN as well. AWIN continues to pump up towards $8. Looking crazy. Lori said I called it at 460. Oh my gosh. 460. Yeah, that definitely looks really, really, really crazy. That's it is not playing. As a Wednesday hump day mover, it is definitely giving it its all in this first 30 minutes. We got 5 minutes left to the first 30 minutes closes, and this thing has done no pullbacks on the 15 minute. No, I mean, it's just straight up parabolic movement. And that may be one of the reasons I didn't see it is because you called it at 460. They don't hit my scans until 5. So once they get over 5, it's like, let's go. But I'm still not seeing it, which is crazy to me, unless I've zoomed down too much. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Let me run the scan and see what this thing pulls up. Top 50. Let's go top 50. Lunch. Personal. Top 50. Volume. This thing should be picking it up. Let's just scan and see what it's getting now. Nothing. Okay. All right, there it is. So it is showing up there. It's just not showing up on that scan. I don't know. I don't know. Interesting. It is in a halt though. Halt at 816. It is so far away from the ATR. Now it's like you can't use the ATR because this thing is so bullish. So now comes the candlestick pattern plays and things like that. Knowing your candlesticks. Not only that, knowing when this thing, what this thing's a pullback on is going to look like. EDBL pulling back above the ATR low here, retesting the ATR at the 15 minutes. So hard test of this ATR low, pulling all the way back up, but this candle has not closed yet. Candle has not closed yet. So like I said, the best case scenario comes back up, tests the 7, right? But I'm still thinking bearish. Still thinking it's going to be going downward. But that was the best case scenario, jumping back up there. And now fading on back down. Look at that. So it gave you a chance to get the best case scenario on that ATR. And, you know, if you didn't get it, or if you're just holding and thinking it's gonna go higher, it may go bad for you on today. That doesn't mean it's not gonna go higher, you know, tomorrow or the next week. But today, with this volume and this action on the ATRs, looking real dreadful. Let's see when AWAN or AWIN is going to be opening up. If it is a 5-minute halt, it should be opening up at 10:49. 10:49 on that one. And EDBL just going right on back down to that daily ATR. And I mean, I don't think it's going to get that best case scenario anymore today. I don't think so. I think it's going to be going down based on where it is. But anything is possible in the market. I could be completely wrong, especially with all of that good catalyst that it had behind the name. Maybe, but as far as the statistics and the data that I have, I don't think so. So I would say use your own statistics and see, you know, is that something that usually recovers? Because I'm not seeing it. The other thing is I usually, and this is one of the things that I've learned, usually when I trade a stock that starts below 5 on the open and comes above 5 during the intraday, I lose money. A lot of times I lose money because of the pullbacks. It's so far extended, moving those big, like if it starts below 4 and it runs to like 20, I usually lose money. Um, and so a lot of times I don't really trade those like that. I'll give them a day to see what levels they're holding and then try to play them. But as far as just jumping into them, I gotta wait to see some levels for them because buying this thing right now is like buying death. Just purchasing a bottle of death and taking small sips until it becomes a big gulp. Um, but let's see what the float is on AWIN real quick. Let's see your statistics. All right. Float is well under a million. Very low float, just like EDBL. Just super low floats moving on the day. Interesting, interesting. So we got those two wild cards out there on Wednesday. AWIN didn't have all the catalysts, but man, it had the float, and people bought that thing. It's both of them are sitting at around the same volume level, 12 mil, or yeah, around 12 million. So they're in direct competition for sure. But AWIN is one. Oh, just opened up. Ooh, okay. So opening up there, wow, still above the ATRs, but I just got to let that thing form some levels before I try to do anything, and maybe get a little bit of news on it would be great as well. Given a nice pin bar action right there, but it is within, oh, small breakout. Okay, breakout of this previous level. Wow, 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 wow. And literally there are no levels up here. So it's like so hard. Even judging from back here, it's just so hard to see any clear cut levels that everybody, obvious clear cut levels that everybody can see. And that's what I like trading, is what everybody can kind of get in on. So broke out of the $7 level and did a quick pump up. The bottom of this candle is 679. Top side of this candle is 929. And, you know, at this point, the control point is basically all we have to look at up here. We can see where the majority of the volume was traded between 814 and 571. So let's see if it can come back below 814, or if more volume will come and push it up here. I'm seeing volume come in, but it's still not enough volume as is right here at 814. There's more interest here at 814. So let's see if it'll revisit that level. 814. And actually 814 coincides with the value level. Value level of 783 is kind of right in the same area that it needs to come back in and allow some people to either enter, or, you know, a lot of people are taking profit up here. And that's what these little folks are. This little volume is up here. People taking profit. And let's see if we can get some more for a push up through 934. But just not seeing that volume pour in. Small push. Small. There's a little bit more. Small push out, but that volume just isn't there. Getting snappy. And this is where I usually lose the majority of my money when I was looking back at trading even cheaper ones than this, like $2 stocks and $3 stocks. Man, I was just like, those pops would kill me. You know, you get in 500 shares, 200 shares, whatever it is, and these pops absolutely destroy your account. So I wait for those levels to form and see if it can hold up $5. See if it's good enough to hold up 5. And 5 is right here right now. So let's see. $5. This is where it needs to hold. And I will name this line in the sand. And I will color it purple. Line in the sand. If it goes below this, it's dead to me. On the larger time frames, you can see that line in the sand across my other little zones. It just needs to pretty much not just continue to engulf this previous candle. Now, what this looks like on the monthly is a tweezer candle, which would lead to a larger move, but that's only if it closes as this tweezer candle. This thing on the monthly has 15 days left in the month to re-enter this previous level and get below the 634. So it's got a lot of time for that candle to close. Then on the weekly, it's really not even a tweezer candle. It's pretty much kind of just a pop-up, because looking at this candle, this previous week isn't big enough for it to be a tweezer right there. And so we drill down some more into the daily chart. Again, just a small gap up to a pop-up. And we can see it has a history of giving back these profits as well. So you got to be quick on these types. Back over to the 15-minute. Oh, I went past my time. I'm already late. Oh well. I got to get up and out of here. We saw AWIN. We saw EDBL. EDBL, I just have very little hope for. Look at it. Gave the best that it could do on the day, back to 7, and now looking like it's going to be fading under this ATR low. And so I'm thinking the next best thing is going to be AWIN, but I just need to see some levels form. Even if I have to wait all day, I just want to see levels formed above this 5 level. I really don't want to see it crash that level today. But it's coming into what looks like a big indecision, or almost this really isn't a shooting star. Shooting star, you will have a flat bottom and a big wick overhead. I guess you could call it a shooting star, but it's kind of almost a doji in here rather than a shooting star, because it tested both directions. But coming back within the previous candle here of the 817s, where that volume was again in this 814-ish level. We'll see if it breaks that down. But I'm gonna keep looking at the market today. I probably won't use too much time because I do have other work to do. But yeah, for sure, we saw the top two moving on today. Very low volume or low float stocks. Anyway, it is time. It is about that time for me to get up and out of here. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. And yeah, if you're gonna continue trading, definitely keep your head on a swivel. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.